So here I am, Dr. Bill Thomas, and I'm here with Dr. Al Power, and we're going to be doing this live internet chat and taking on the issue of Alzheimer's and what it means if we're going to be able to actually diagnose it early in the preclinical phase before people even realize they have it. Al,
Yeah.
you're the author of Dementia Without Drugs, and we're glad to have you here. Also, mega blogger on changing aging and all around great guy. So, what if you could diagnose somebody and say you've gone through the gate. You're 40 years old, you've got little kids at home. You went to the doctor, you got a blood test, and you're destined to develop what we might call sort of full-blown Alzheimer's 25 years into the future. Do you want that information?
Personally, I'm not sure I do. I read the New York Times article about this, and there were about 25% of people they surveyed who said they would want it. And I kind of understand where they were coming from. Some of them were looking at the remaining years, trying to decide how to live them. Did they want to work? Did they want to retire? Did they want to travel? How to counsel their family? How to make arrangements for care of other family members? So from a practical standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. But I think it also begins this long slide toward stigmatization, toward disempowerment, toward kind of losing that meaningful engagement because of the way you then re-identify. I think a big part of the problem is what we think of dementia and how we care for people with dementia. And until we can create an environment where people with dementia can be seen as people that can live full, engaging, meaningful lives, it's going to be very hard to get people to want to take on that label.
Well, let me just hit you with this. I mean, you were talking about make preparations. What happens to your opportunity to buy long-term care insurance when you're identified as a person who's going to have Alzheimer's? That
Uh,
information would virtually make it impossible for you to get long-term care insurance.
there's a medical legal thing, and they mentioned in the article that a few of the people who were diagnosed with the ApoE4, which is a genetic marker for a high risk of Alzheimer's,
Right.
actually the first thing they did was they went out and they bought policies. And there's only a short window of time before the insurance companies catch on to that and start denying people if they have that test on their record. And
Well, I
that's one
mean,
of the things
well,
that's going to affect people.
I mean, go one step farther. What happens when your application for long-term care insurance comes with a requirement that you have that test?
It's exactly what happened with HIV. It became a secret that you couldn't tell, then it became something that was discoverable by
Right.
insurance companies.
Mhm.
And you're right, one more marker. They test your cholesterol. It's one more marker that they're going to want to know.
I think it's really important. What are you going to do with the information? And the way it stands right now, medically speaking, nothing. From an insurance point of view, it's perhaps not a good thing to have that information. Okay, so what I'm going to say to everybody who's watching and people who kind of pick up on the video, if you're interested in an approach to dementia without drugs, Dr. L. Power has the book that you need to read, Dementia Without Drugs. And if you're interested in these kind of video conversations, keep up with us on changingaging.org or on our Twitter feed or Facebook page, LinkedIn group. If you've got an idea about a conversation you'd like to have, things you'd like to hear about, let us know. So, Dr. Bill Thomas, pick a report, Real Care Now TV.